Hey there, Stampers. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada, and welcome to the second Slimline Saturday post, where every Saturday for the month of September, at least, maybe I'll carry on with this, I'm not sure, we are focusing on slimline cards. So I share a different slimline card video, and this week we are creating a slimline card that is obviously Halloween, and we're using the Have a Hoot bundle. And I wanted to create something that kind of looked like a gallery wall. So that's kind of where that idea came in. This idea came into play. So like I said, we are using the Have a Hoot bundle, which is from the August to December 2020 mini catalog. And it's so cute. It's got some fabulous Halloween and Christmassy type images, but good for lots of different occasions as well. I will post a link in the description below to the card that I created last Saturday using the same bundle, except I created an anniversary card. So I will post a link to that one and the What is a Slimline card video that I did as well. And then the other dies that I'm using are called the Ornate Frames dies. So these are from the annual catalog, and that's where most of these background kind of shapes came into play. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I will share quickly the measurements, but I will also have them posted in the blog post, and I'll have my blog listed below. So this is a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock. This is going to be our card base, and it measures 7 inches by 8.5 and scored at 3.5 inches. Okay, so that'll give us a 3.5 by 8.5 inch card base. And then I've got a piece of basic black cardstock, and that measures 3 3/8 by 8 3/8. And I've got a piece of DSP. This is from the Magic in This Night DSP. This measures 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. That's going to go right in the center. But before we go on, I just wanted to share the patterns from this DSP. So many of these are actually not, they don't have to be Halloween themed papers. This one obviously is. This one, I think you could get away with not using it. If you look closely, you can see some spider webs in the background, but I don't think it needs to be. This one definitely doesn't need to be, and this one definitely doesn't need to be. So it's a very versatile paper pack. So this one has bats on the back. This one kind of has, these two have the spider webs in the middle, so they feel more Halloween-ish. This one can be used for anything. This one is good for anything. And then this one with the spiders is kind of Halloween-ish as well, but the back isn't. So there is lots of versatility in this paper pack. Okay, so we're going to attach these two pieces. So I'm just going to use my Seal Plus. As part of this collection, there is also a stamp set and dies that coordinate with this patterned paper. And there's dies that will cut out the bats that were on the back of this paper. It's kind of hard to see on that black mat. Okay, I think that's good. And then we're going to stick this onto our card base. All right. Just like that. So we've got a nice narrow border of the two different colors behind the patterned paper. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. So I've got a piece of scrap Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to use several images from this stamp set. Actually, all of the Halloween images. So we're going to stamp that guy with Memento. I'm going to color them in using Stampin' Blends, which are our alcohol markers. So that's why I'm stamping with Memento ink. Okay, and I think that's it for those right now. Now I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut some pieces. So one of the shapes that I cut out, this one what I cut from Whisper White, is from the Ornate Frames, and it's this one here. So I cut that from Whisper White. And that is going to be where my Have a Hoot on Halloween goes. Okay, and then I have one more thing to stamp. Now I have a narrow piece of Whisper white cardstock. It measures 3/8 of an inch by 1.5, and that is what I'm going to stamp the word boo onto. There we go. Okay, so all of our, oh, you know what? I have one more thing to stamp. On the inside, so I've got an inside white layer because whenever I use a colored card base, I like to put a layer of white or vanilla inside. This piece measures 3¼ by 8¼ and I'm going to stamp this guy in the corner. Okay, so now all of our stamping is done. We can get this ink out of the way. All right, as far as coloring in, I'm using several different colors of inks. So I'm using Smoky Slate for the owls. I'm using Pumpkin Pie for the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern. I'm using Cajun Craze for the owl's cape. I'm using light basic black for the spider. I'm not coloring the tree on this guy. And then I'm using Daffodil Delight for the moon and Soft Suede for the stem of the pumpkin. And then over here, the branch on this, the tree and branch on that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and color and I will come back once everything is all colored. Here we go. So all the little pieces. And these were all cut out using the coordinating dies to have a hoot. The other thing that I've gone ahead and done is I've cut out the shapes that I need. So I used this guy from Basic Black, this one from Basic Black. I'll put them all out here. So I've done this one, both of these, this one, and I think that's it. Yeah, and that's it. And then the other thing I did, because I wanted this to look like a mirror, so I cut out some silver foil, and that is just 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch, and it fits perfectly in there. Okay, so now we've got all the pieces, so we can just go ahead and start assembling. I started by adding this piece in the center. So if you've got a grid mat, or a grid paper, you can use that as your guide. So this is 8.5, so 4¼ is the center. So it's about right there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but that just gives me an idea of where the center is. And then I built everything out from that. So I'll add some adhesive behind this guy, and this guy's going to go at the top. Like that. And then we'll start adding these sweet little owls using dimensionals. And then this little spider, I'll just use a dot of multi-purpose glue. And he's going to hang right from here. And then I'll just use a fine pen, just a fine black pen, and draw the line. On my sample, I actually fussy cut out the line. I'll just draw the line there. Okay, and then the boo goes right in the center of this piece. And then I added some of the These are the iridescent pearls, and they are so beautiful. They've got like purple, depending on the light, purple or blue, or yeah, they're really pretty. And what I did was I added a smattering of these. So I added one to each side of this frame. Just like that. And then I kind of added a smattering kind of throughout. There we go. Let's put that one there. And then for the inside, so I still need to color that, but I'll do that off camera. Oh, I'm out of seal. So we will just use a little bit of multi-purpose glue. So that's just going to go in the center, and then you can write your message on there. So let me bring back the original. So a couple changes. I changed where I positioned my pearls. And then the other thing I changed was here. You can see that I fussy cut the string for the spider, whereas here I just drew it on. And then the inside, there's the inside when it's colored in. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will have a full supply list in the description below, and I will also link to the blog post where you can get the measurements if you want to recreate this card. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can see the future Slimline cards that I create. All right, thanks for watching.